What's going on, guys? Derek here from Williston Audio Labs. Today we're going to talk with Kip Litzy at Kicker about, in my opinion, one of the most exciting products for car audio that was released at this 2020 CES. Yeah, a 12-inch by 4 subwoofer box. That's right, 4 12s and a Pre-Fab subwoofer box. Kicker's going crazy. Anyway, it's called the L7 Quad Box. We're going to talk about it a little bit. We'll show off some pictures, tell you more about it. So stay tuned. Let's check that out. If you'd like to see the full 2-hour interview with Kip, make sure you check the video description below. Link over to the full video on 12 Volt Talks YouTube page. And make sure you check out Hi-Fi Vega as well. He does some cool videos on YouTube. I'll have a link to his channel below. You can check him out. So on to the L7 Quad Box. Let's see what that's all about.
Before we get into our regular show or our after show, I want to talk about some of the new stuff, and I have a tiered question and a comment.
That's fine.
For the L7 Quad Box, who, why, and how? And then the comment on it is, I think that thing could break 150, and it looks awesome, and I think it's a steal of a deal. So fire away.
I really wish that one of you two could have experienced that box at CES, because I'm going to tell you what, the thing sounds fantastic. Understand our motivation and goal here at Kicker is to design products to recreate music as the artist intended. We want to make a woofer, we want to make a coax, we want to make a tweeter, we want to make a bullfrog, whatever it is, whatever product we're focused on, headphones. Our goal is we want it to be accurate and reproduce music as the artist intended. We don't want the speaker or the driver of the amp to add any discoloration. We want it to let whatever's there come through. And so you can use one woofer to do that. You can use 4 woofers to do that. You can use 10 woofers to do that. It's just really, the more woofers you got, the louder you're going to be able to do it. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's better. It's just more of it. So we're sitting around, and of course we monitor and look at everything that's going on. If anyone out there has paid attention about the last 3 years, like I said, myself, Aaron Surratt, Jeremy Brown, and Aaron and Jeremy work in R&D. I work in marketing, and Bill Brown, he works in marketing up there with our social media. We've been going to the SPL/Bay shows. We've gone to the finals, checking things out. And we're seeing a resurgence, if you will. I won't say that it's a tidal wave, but I will say it's a resurgence. And people who not only like going and competing, but they like going on what they call demoing, which is sitting in a parking lot and just playing these systems. And I've affectionately referred to it now as floating bricks. They just want to float bricks. So they like to go out in the parking lot and play this rebased music and float bricks. So we're not really looking to go that far with this type of product, but also there are consumers that go, okay, you know, I don't have the time or the money or the relationship with someone who can build me a quality box. I don't have the time or the money relationship with someone to design me. How big does it need to be? How big does the port need to be? So it's reliable and sounds good and does what it does. So it was, if Steve Irby was sitting right here beside me and you asked him the question you're just asking me, his answer would be, because I can. So we just decided to do it. Steve said, because I can do it. So the L7 Quad's a unique box. First off, it's all 3/4 inch Baltic birch construction inside and out. It does use a flared port for great cosmetics. I don't think it's online yet. If so, I'll ask my guys to get it up on the YouTube channel, because we got a 3D model of it. I don't know if it's there on the web page or not, Derek, because you're going through yet. But it actually goes through and shows, but there's internal bracing in there that's been cut out on a CNC that goes in between each woofer. It has corner gussets in all the corners. The hardware that holds the woofers down, it's actually a threaded insert that's internal. So when you're putting that woofer in, it's actually a threaded hardware holding that all together. It's very nice carpet. It's stitched, so that Kicker and L7 and the Quad and everything you see on it is actually stitched into the carpet. This is a high quality. Oh, and by the way, it's tuned to 31 hertz. I have to get that out of the question because I know that's going to come out. So being tuned to 31, that means you're not unloading down until you get into the high teens. So this box definitely plays 40 hertz and less with no problem and authority. It's going to, if I have my numbers correct, I think it's supposed to retail, full retail for $14.99. Out the back, it's wired for dual 2 ohm, so you could take those down to 1 ohm. You could hook up, our recommended is a KXA 2400 amplifier. It'll give you 2400 watts into the box. That's what we're recommending for it, is one 2400. If a guy wants to start with a single 1200, he could put a 1200 ohm old box, and then later on he could buy another 1200, put one 1200 on the left half and one 1200, so he could grow with the system if he wanted to. It sounds fantastic. I played with it a lot at CES. We had one on display there. We've actually got one on display up here in the museum. We brought the display from CES back here. We did it because we can. We did it because we feel there's a market of guys that go, okay, I want a little bit more to go in the big, because it's not going to fit every vehicle. I mean, we've designed it and measured it so that it'll fit into Suburbans, Tahoes, SUVs, smaller SUVs. Probably not going to fit in the trunk of your Yugo, so don't try it. You know, it's not going to fit there. But we've designed it to fit in most of those bigger box applications, and this allows a consumer to walk into a Kicker dealer. He can pick up that box. It's a very well constructed box. It's more well constructed than any box I'm aware of that you can buy out there, unless you actually pay the money to someone to build you a custom box, because no one is doing prefab enclosures made out of birch, Baltic birch 3/4 inch. They're all MDF. I mean, all the rest of our boxes are MDF as well. So this is a really unique step out product. It's using really high end construction materials. It's got 4 subwoofers. The whole box by itself is 98 dB, 1 watt, 1 meter. So I think in the right vehicle, I think you're right. It might hit a 150. It might be an out of the box, put it in your car, 150 box.
And that thing, I mean, what do those 15s retail for on your website? $299? Or
you know, you'd have to go. You're gonna make me look at prices.
I think it is. I think it is. So that's $1,200 right there. So
right.
For $300 more, you're getting a Baltic birch box that's internally braced, threaded inserts. Go to your box dealer on Facebook and see how much he's going to charge you for that.
Yeah, and again, that $14.99, that's MSRP. I mean, that's our suggested retail price. What a dealer is actually going to sell it to you for, whatever package deal you work out the dealer, that's between you and the dealer. We don't get into that conversation. We just say that the retail value of this, as it sits, is $14.99. So I think guys are going to see it as a tremendous value. It sounds fantastic. It's going to give you that big bass output that you're wanting. And I really think it's kind of a first in the industry for a manufacturer to come out with a pre-made enclosure like this, built to these standards, that's ready to go. It's going to ship to the dealer on a pallet with handles so that you can pick it up and take it off. I mean, it's not going to come. It'll come truck freight. Obviously, FedEx and UPS aren't going to be in what you're talking about, their freight systems.
Even at full retail, it's still some MAP pricing. I can't imagine.
It's a tremendous value. And like I said, Steve Irby, if he was here, he'd just tell you, because I can.
Well, it's good. It's exciting. And I was just envisioning my postal carrier trying to lug this down from her Jeep, down to the front door. But you guys stick around, because there may be some things coming forth with this box. We'll just tease you with that. But I'm excited about that. I really think it's a specialty product, but I do think that there is a market for it, and I think it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see the feedback.
You talk about your postal carrier carrying. When you said that, the only thing that popped in my head is I see Jim Carrey carrying that package up to that delivery and going, "Looks broken, but more than likely, sir."
All right, guys. So if you have any interest in this L7 quad box, make sure you stay tuned to my channel here. We're going to show it off as soon as we can get one in, let you guys see what it does, how it performs, what it looks like, all that good stuff. So I'm super excited about getting one in. We will test that as soon as we can. So thanks as always for watching. Make sure you check out 12 Volt Talk. In the description below, I'll have a link to the full video where you can see the whole 2-hour interview with Kip at Kicker. It was very exciting, very interesting interview. And you can also check out 12 Volt Talk and go ahead and subscribe to us there. Check us out every other week on Wednesday nights. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks to the Patreon subscribers for helping me out. And thank you for always coming back, giving me a big thumbs up. Till next time, Big D, you know where I'm at. I'm out of here.
But as you can see, these are actual L7 woofers that are hanging on the wall. And if you look real close, you can see the gray wire that's twisted around the guy wire in the back coming back.
Yeah.
And then there's a computer. It's actually a Crestron, or it's an AMX computer that's been programmed with a relay bank, and it just basically sends out 12 volt DC pulses.
That's like half a hertz every 2 seconds.
Assembled the rest of it here, but that's a true subwoofer, and it's working so that people can see the inner workings of how a subwoofer works.